Boris Johnson's Conservative Party last night lost the very safe Tory seat in North Shropshire, an area they'd controlled since 1832, barring a blip in 1904, on an astonishing swing to the Liberal Democrats of 34.1%, the seventh biggest by-election swing on record. The parties, the rule-breaking, the attempt to overturn Owen Paterson's blatant corruption charges, all spelt bad news for Johnson and his gang of crooks in government, on top of their chronic mishandling of the pandemic, acting too late, denying our health service for too many years the funding and support they need, and their insistence on putting money, the economy before lives. That said, my own expectation was a much reduced majority, the Lib Dems making inroads since the bookies were backing them, often more reliable than pollsters, and Boris Johnson himself is somebody to whom mud is irritatingly not stuck to previously, hence the Tories' decision to pick him as a vote winner. But here he's proven his usefulness to them has run out. A seat they never lose, a seat they held with a 23,000 vote majority previously. They just lost by more than 5,000 votes. Turnout, as is usual for by-elections, was down, but only by around 20%, demonstrating a desire for people to still come out and vote, but vote to give Johnson a bloody nose. And they coalesced around their local candidate, their known candidate, the Lib Dem Helen Morgan. Now, as much as this was a catastrophic loss for the Tories, though, they weren't the only losers on the night. The only other party to lose ground on 2019 was Keir Starmer's Labour, though hardly surprising given they ditched their well-known socialist candidate in favour of a former Owen Paterson employee who fits in with Keith's factionalism. Labour had been the second-placed party since the 2015 general election there. Starmer threw that away as ever because he's obsessed with appointing loyalists to him, and he wonders why people call him a Tory. Labour won fewer than 4,000 votes, less than the Lib Dems' new majority over the Tories. Labour has placed second in the last three general elections. They won less than 10% of the vote last night. Their worst vote total and vote share since 1983. And if you count the previous boundary changes when this seat was abolished between 1885 and 1983 and became the seat of Oswestry, it was Labour's worst vote total since 1923 and the worst vote share since the Labour Party was created and first stood in a general election. Starmer needs to consider his position now as much as Johnson does. They're both vote losers, not winners.